Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of BFG Woodworking, where I show you how to make these sweet as garage doors out of an old shed. So come on, let's go.
Fun. I smell the blood of an Englishman.
So this is my old door. Old metal, up and over style garage door. It was here when I moved in. It's old, paint flaking, dings everywhere. It's got a makeshift handle on it. It's just altogether terrible. It don't even open properly. And even when you do get it open, it's really low. I'm constantly banging my head on this thing. And it dangles inside my workshop, taking up loads of space. So it just needs to go. Now, wood's expensive, but Marketplace has a lot of free stuff. And sheds are perfect for it. A lot of people just give them away. Just do a quick search, you'll see them all. Now, what I found was this shed, already dismantled, free. So all I need to do was take off one side for one door, other side for the second door. And it's absolutely solid. Some of it was rotten, but we'll get rid of that. But the vast majority, absolutely perfect. All I need to do is buy some hardware and a bit of elbow grease, and we're good to go. So first thing we needed to do was get rid of all the rotten wood. Now, for some stupid reason, I decided to start using a hammer, a pry bar, and try and take these off slat by slat. And after a minute, I thought, why don't I just cut it off? I've got the track saw. I don't need to put the elbow grease in. Let's just cut it all down. Now, obviously, if you don't have a track saw, other ways you can do this: hand saw, if you can keep a straight line, or a circular saw with a straight edge will do the exact same thing. I've got this eBauer track saw and it's brilliant. It's a budget friendly one and it works a dream. It didn't skip a beat. Oh, this rail square from Bench Dogs is amazing, and it does fit on the eBauer tracks. Got my cuts perfectly squared off. Now time for a dry fit. Let's get this one on. Next one going up. And oh, what the hell? Did not expect that. I think that first one I had to cut down quite a bit more than I thought. I had a lot of rotten wood, but hang on a sec. Two befores to the rescue. I had a couple of these lengths lying about from an earlier project. Cut them down to size, screwed them into door jamb. Problem solved. What I'm doing now is just securing down the tongue and grooves that have all come away. I decided to use screws on the outer ones just to lock them all in place, then just simple nails for the rest. Now, as a new channel, I'd just like to ask, please subscribe. But only if I've earned it. If you've enjoyed this, you've learned anything, please take the time just to hit that subscribe button. It will help me out massively, and I'll really appreciate your support. Thank you. Now, I did forget to video this bit, but I had to add in some bits in there just that had got too rotten, just to make sure the door was nice and strong. Just double check that. I know some people say I should cross brace at an angle because it stops the sagging, but the doors, shed sides were not designed to be a door, so I've just tried to strengthen them as best I can. They're not heavy, they're not that wide, they should be absolutely fine. And if at some point I need to add them in, I can do. Pretty easy to do so. Now this bit here, I am just measuring out for my hinges. Carefully measuring. No one likes misaligned hinges. They look terrible. So take your time with this bit. Measure, mark. Now these hinges I've got here are called the hook and band style hinges. They're the ones where you got the little bar part that you attach to the door jamb, and then you attach the hinge part to the door separately. But the easiest way I found to hang these, after a lot of trial and error, is to install your hinges first, bolt them down, and then offer it up to the door. Add your little bar bits to the door jamb, and then they'll be perfectly hung. It's actually quite simple once you know how, but I didn't know how. First time I'd done them, it took me a little bit. So what I'm using here is coach bolts, 6mm coach bolts here. Drilling right through, using the square there to make sure they are straight. Centre punching out the holes. Pre-drilling. I've gone with an oversized bit. You don't want it too tight because people then can unscrew it. You want it to be loose, the bolt inside. And then just drilling in. I could knock them in with a hammer, but I then run the risk of denting or scratching the paint on my hinge. So quick screw down, job done. Now when it comes to hanging these, the easiest thing I found was to buy these plastic shims. I think I'm off Amazon. I could screw them straight into the door jambs. They were there in place, and I could just offer up the door. Now if you are installing these doors yourself, I would suggest these hand jacks here. They made my life so much easier. They were a godsend. Well, I didn't think I needed to subject you to watching me sand and paint the doors, but this is the paint I use, this Cooper & All outdoor paint. And all there was left to do was reinstall the hardware and hung it. And it's as simple as that. Bit of elbow grease, bit of hard work, few quid on some hardware. You got yourself a very cheap, sturdy and beautiful garage door. Thank you for watching.